Are you also bored of doom scrolling in your free time? Tired and exhausted after work but need something refreshing? And the only thing you can find is social media? Well, I've got a surprise for you. I have got a list of 10 hobbies that require no talent. Basically, hobbies for those lazy days when you don't feel like moving much but also want to do something refreshing. And you do not need any sort of talent or expertise in these hobbies. Let's hear them out one by one. Number one, coloring. Now I cannot stress more on this point that literally we need to bring coloring into our adulthood again. Like, remember how child we used to be so happy when we were just given a book of coloring and few sketch pens or coloring pencils. I mean, as a kid, this was the only thing which I needed to make me happy. And I could just spend hours and hours on this hobby. But now we have just dismissed it from our lives. So this is my petition to bring it back. So go and buy yourself a coloring book, and even if you do not want to buy, there's so many options available online which are totally free. You can download so many PDFs which are adult coloring book or kids coloring book. If you have an iPad or a tablet, you can color on that as well, but I would just prefer to color in a physical coloring book
because the feel hits different, guys.
and this way you could also be away from screen for a while. And unlike the coloring community on TikTok, you do not need to buy so many coloring books and alcohol markers or coloring pencils and
And tons of them.
no, we do not promote overconsumption. The pros of this hobby is that there is no skill required. If you are a beginner, advanced, artist, non artist, any person, you can just color like and it's super affordable because, as I mentioned, you can also download free PDFs online. You can get them printed in your nearest printer shop and you're good to go. It can be done while listening to some music, watching your comfort show, or listening to some podcast. Honestly, I like listening to a podcast while doing these kinds of hobbies because it feels like I'm also gaining knowledge while I'm doing something therapeutic. So, yeah, if this is something that excites you, go ahead. Second one, diamond painting. I don't know if you know or not, but I am a sucker for diamond paintings. Give me a diamond painting and you are my favorite person. Basically, if you do not know what diamond painting is, it is a glued canvas which comes with symbols which is assorted to different colored diamonds, and you just have to pick them and stick them onto the canvas according to the symbols. So this is very therapeutic, guys. Like, I have been doing this hobby, I guess, since January 2024. It's been more than 2 years and I have been doing it. I have so many diamond paintings lying around here, there, everywhere. But yeah, the pros of this hobby is that, of course, there is no skill required. Second thing is that it's so satisfying to see the whole picture come together right in front of you. Of course, the glittering diamonds attracts me a lot, and it just teaches you a lot of patience and concentration because these are so minute diamonds. The symbols are so minute, but I feel like it's the easiest thing to do. So yeah, it's worth the concentration and patience. Plus, at the end, you can also get your diamond painting framed and used as a decoration piece. I mean, isn't that just awesome? So if this is something that excites you, go ahead and try the diamond paintings from Amazon. There are so many stores on Amazon, Flipkart, and even on Instagram as well. Choose the one that attracts you the most. Third hobby, swimming. Now, since it's so hot these days, especially in my city, Lucknow, I have recently started doing swimming as a hobby. And guys, it's so relaxing. I mean, who wouldn't want to just lie in a pool of cold water and just enjoy? But more than that, my motivation was to learn it for myself. Because, of course, when you are drowning, the only person who can save you is you. So I am just learning it for myself. But it's a very relaxing and a cool off hobby. Like, you can just learn certain movements. Even if you are a beginner and do not want to learn Olympic level swimming, you can just learn the basics and you can just enjoy in the pool. And trust me, when you'll just learn two to three things, even you'll feel so confident. Of course, the pros of this hobby are that you can cool off in this summer weather. You can learn it at your own pace. It also increases your stamina over time. And if you're a person who does not want to go to gym or do yoga, pilates, etc., etc., it's kind of like a full body exercise which is also easy on your joints. So if this summer you want to do something cool and fun, relaxing, then go ahead and start swimming now. Fourth one, puzzling. If you're looking for a fun challenge which is also a little tricky, then puzzling is the right choice for you. I have completed 4 puzzles and all of them were 1000 piece puzzles. Even though I was a beginner, I did it in no time. And why I love this hobby is that there's so many options available. Like if you're a beginner and do not want something very huge and commitment needed, then you can go for the 200 pieces puzzle, 250, 500, 750, 1000, anything and everything you want. There's so many themes, so many number of puzzles, so many difficulty levels. You can do them by listening to music or a podcast, or even if you're tired and you just want to do something fun, relaxing, and challenging at the same time, it is the best choice. And you can also create it like a family hobby if you want. You can do it with your friends, family, siblings, and you guys can sit and solve it together. And it is actually proven that it increases your patience and focus. So, if you're looking for a fun, challenging hobby, then this hobby is for you. I am personally in love with this. Fifth one, learning a new language. I am obsessed with learning languages. Like, I cannot imagine just learning one language and speaking it for the rest of my life. And also, you can use so many free resources on the internet. You do not need to buy any sort of course or any sort of textbook to learn a new language. There's so many resources available on internet. I have actually been recently learning Korean and Spanish back and forth, back and forth. And even though I am not fluent in either of them, but just learning something new about them every day excites me the most. And it does not mean that you have to learn a full fledged language. You can just learn how to greet in that language, how to compliment, or how to ask for directions, how to order your food. So, in case in future, if you travel to that country, you're all set. Isn't that fun? Sixth one, junk journaling. Now, let me tell you first of all, you do not need to be an artist or kind of a painter or good at writing or drawing. You can be as bad as you are at art and still do it. You know those receipts, wrappers, or tissue papers which we just get from restaurants, cafes, places, theaters, and we just throw it away? Well, you have to collect them all. Not literally, but yeah, you can just create art with it. Or you could also keep track of your favorite food or recent playlists in this way. And you can begin with whatever you have, any sort of papers, colorful sheets, any cutouts from magazines. And these days, blanket wrappers are also so beautiful. I mean, I literally found a blanket wrapper in which there were ice creams drawn. Like, imagine coloring on those and doing junk journaling with them. So, to all the people who are thinking that I would have to just buy a lot of things, no, you're so wrong. You can just begin with whatever you have. It's kind of like turning something you would normally throw away into something creative, beautiful, and personal. And of course, there are so many pros. You'll save up your memories, your wrappers, receipts. You can go back to them whenever you want and see, oh, I went there. Oh, I ate at that restaurant. Oh, this was the music I was listening to in that year. And of course, there is creativity without any pressure. Like you can use different colors, any theme. There is no foundation or any kind of rules for it. So if you want to try something creative, then this hobby is for you. Seventh one, paint by numbers. Now this is very similar to diamond painting, but not exactly like that. In this hobby, you'll get a canvas on which you have to paint actually according to the numbers printed on that canvas. And this hobby is for all of us who feel like they're not good at painting but want to paint. So you're given the numbers, you can paint in that section, and tada, you have the whole painting done by yourself. And like the diamond paintings, you can also get these paintings framed and use it as a decoration. Imagine somebody coming into your house and asking, oh my god, who made this? And you're like, the person standing right in front of you. So if you have been wanting to paint but do not have the talent to do so, then this hobby is for you. Eighth, reading. Now I know there's so many people out there who have actually started reading books, but there are still so many people who do not read books. Now this does not have to sound so lectury, like it's okay if you do not want to read, but if you want to do something which is also low key, lazy, then reading is one of the right choices for you. And the best thing about this hobby is that there's so many options for you. Like for example, I started my reading journey by reading romance novels, but look at me now, I have literally entered into my self development books era. So So if you're a person who wants to read fiction, you can go for it. If you're a person who wants non-fiction, you can go for that as well. And if you love both, you can just do them alternatively. And even in these two genres, there's so many subgenres. And of course, if you do not want to read just novels or books, you can even read poetry and short stories. And there are so many pros of this hobby. Of course, it increases your concentration, it keeps you away from the screen for a while, it increases your vocabulary in the language you are reading it in, and it also enhances your knowledge and imagination. Like, you know so much about different things when you start reading. And even if you do not want to spend so much money on reading, you can just borrow certain books from your friends, or you can also get second hand books from the store. And I think there are several libraries too which give out books for a few days, and you can read it and give it back for free. So yeah, if you want a calm, knowledgeable and imaginative hobby, then this hobby is the right choice for you. Ninth, dot mandala art. You must have heard about mandala, right? Even if you haven't, this is what mandala looks like. I have been doing it since 2 to 3 years now, but I have come to realization that oh my god, this is so tough. But I do love mandala, so I found something similar to it. It is dot mandala art, where you use small tools to put dot in circular motions in different ways to make mandala instead of pencils, pens, or fine liners. The catch is it's very therapeutic. You do not need to have any drawing abilities, and it almost feels so meditative that I bet your spa sessions would be filled by this. Plus, of course, there are so many beautiful patterns you can create, so colorful. So, if you're a person who likes colorful mandala, then this hobby is for you. Coming on to the 10th, learning about interesting facts or history. Now, I have been a person who is obsessed with oceans. Like, this is something which excites me and also scares me because, of course, we all know about Titanic, right? I feel like if you learn about interesting facts or histories or different things going around here and there, you have so many topics to speak on or speak about when you are with your friends and families. It just makes you a very interesting person. And you do not need to learn something or read thousands of books on it. There's so many videos, podcasts, or small articles on it as well, where you can just gain the surface to mid-level knowledge about it. Or if you want, you can also do a full-fledged research on a certain topic which excites you. But remember, this is just for fun, okay? We are not learning like we are gonna give exams on this. So, for all the curious people out there, this hobby is for you. Now, since you guys made it through the entire video, there is a bonus hobby for you, learning sign language. This is a very easy, fun hobby as well as a very useful one too. Imagine you're going on a street and there is a deaf and a mute person who really wants help from you and trying to communicate that they want help, but you are unable to understand. Now, imagine you actually know sign language, and not only you can understand but also help them in some or the other way. I hope I'm making sense. I feel like this hobby is kind of like a real world useful skill, and it just helps you make a great impact. And also, it's so easy, guys. Like, we can just learn it through so many resources on the internet. So, if you felt like learning a new language would be tougher, then this hobby could be something lighter for you. So, yeah, guys, these were all the hobbies which I have collected so far, and I have spent my previous 2 months on all of these hobbies, experienced them, and then suggesting it to you guys. But do let me know in the comment section below that which hobby excited you the most and you are just planning to start it right now. I would love to know. And if you found this video helpful, then please guys like this video and please hype this video so it can reach more people. And you can also share it with your friends and families because together we can learn, grow and evolve. Anyway, if you guys have any other video suggestion ideas, let me know that as well. And I'll see you in another video very soon. Till then, bye bye, love y'all.